Hey everybody, it's Becca back with video number 4. So quick and easy lesson for you for tomorrow. If you do a live class, you could do this asynchronously. So have students submit videos to you. Live class, I would recommend Zoom. Asynchronous, I'm sort of in love with Flipgrid for that. Or they could just email you or Google Classroom submit. Those would be the technology choices. Have the students give them a selection of sound effects that they must create the sounds of, and they get to pick them. So I saw a list floating around, and I would look for another list, and things like a squeaky door, the wind blowing, the sound of a dog walking on the floor, those kind of things, and how do they record those sounds. If I was doing it live, or when I will do it live, it's just we have spring break, and so I won't see my kiddos on virtual school for a little bit. So when I see them next, what we will do, we will put them in Zoom. We will have them go into breakout rooms. We will let them be in groups of 4 because that works out mathematically with my students. And they will choose from the list. We'll give them a list of 10. They get to choose 4 sound effects, and they are each responsible for creating 1 sound effect. They can brainstorm as a group or just practice it as a group. And then they will come back and present, each person from their group will present their sound effects. So we will have a little sound cacophony. Again, super easy to do. For asynchronous too, you can say, I need you to make the sound of wind blowing, and they would do that. I would say I was thinking through sounds like slamming of a door. It's really easy to go over to a door and record that. And so part of me thinks, is that a sound I want? Part of me thinks maybe we should have an easy sound like that, like running water, and then a hard sound. And so they might have to do, the rustling of trees. And because really, how do you record that? And if you don't have trees. So I think there's some things. The great sound effect list that I saw floating around, so I highly recommend that. Okay, so that hopefully was easy lesson for you. Finish parent-teacher conferences online. It was totally okay. I have another day tomorrow of it. It's totally fine. Again, totally doable. Parents have been so great. So if you end up getting to do that, it's okay. I will say the feedback that I'm giving, and something I want to encourage you with, is that the students and parents are both reporting and getting a lot of feedback on having the live classes and how much they appreciate it. I want to be clear that none of my live classes are required to attend. That is not a mandate by your school. They do have to do coursework at our school, but they don't have to show up to live classes. So it's really optional. And we have some classes where we have half the kids there. Although as the classes have gone and people are getting the buzz, we have classes where all of the students come. And what I'm hearing is there's 2 things. One, students really miss being able to ask their teachers questions, and that it's really harder for them to ask. Even though they can email or reach out or call, it just seems more difficult to them because they're not in an educational system. And that didn't cross my mind as something that would be a challenge, but I've heard it from multiple parents and multiple students. So I'm going to say that it might actually exist. And the other thing is that they just miss the connection of being together. And so if you're going to do a live class, don't just do a lecture. Lord, let them all, give them the opportunity to talk and interact or do the games, because that's what we all need, is we need some human in our life. And we are all in quarantine missing the human. I know I am. And so it's just something that would be my feedback and my challenge for you guys today. I will post another video. I will post every day, even though we're going on spring break, because I already did so many weeks of instruction. So I hope they're helpful. Let me know comments. And those of you who want the specifics on the cartoon unit coming up, my awesome student teacher, Mia, is working on that. And then we will talk about it together. And she's really fleshing out the details for her project. And then I will share. But that is all Mia and how awesome she is. So thanks. Hope you guys keep up the faith and good work, and it's going to be okay. And they'll restock toilet paper eventually, I promise.